For 20 years, I worked as a cleaning orderly in the same building. One day, I discovered something that completely changed my life. Every night, I cleaned the same offices, the same desks, the same long hallways. Most people in that building never even noticed me. To them, I was just the old woman who cleaned the floors at night. One evening, while I was finishing my work, something unusual happened in the office building. The company announced that a new owner was coming to visit the building. That evening, the building felt different. Everyone was preparing for someone important to arrive. That night, I stayed late to finish cleaning before the new owner arrived. When the elevator opened, I saw a young man walking into the office. When the elevator opened, a young man walked into the office lobby. For some reason, he looked very familiar to me. For a moment, I thought I heard him wrong because no one in that building knew my name. I had been working there for almost 20 years, and most people never even looked at me. But that young man walked straight toward me, like he had known me his entire life. Then he said something that made my heart stop for a second. He said, "Do you really not recognize me?" My legs suddenly felt weak because I had not heard that voice in almost 30 years. My son left home when he was 18 after a terrible argument we had many years ago. And after that day, I never heard from him again. For 30 years, I believed I had lost my son forever. And now the owner of the company standing in front of me was him. For a moment, I could not say anything. I just stood there, staring at his face, because even after 30 years, I still recognized my little boy. His eyes were exactly the same as when he was a child, but now he was wearing an expensive suit, and everyone in the building was calling him sir. The managers suddenly realized who I was standing in front of him, and the entire hallway became completely silent. Then my son walked closer to me, very slowly, and suddenly he hugged me in the middle of the office. I had imagined that moment for so many years, but I never believed it would really happen. And the first thing my son said to me after 30 years was, "I'm sorry, Mom." When he said, "I'm sorry, Mom," I suddenly felt 30 years of pain and love all at the same time. For so many years, I wondered if he still remembered me. And there he was, standing in front of me, like no time had passed at all. He told me that all this time he had been trying to find the courage to come back. But the more time passed, the harder it became to look back. My own heart wouldn't let me. Then he said something I will never forget. Then he said something simple, but very important. He said, "I never forgot you, Mom." And suddenly, all those years did not feel so heavy anymore. because sometimes life gives people one more chance to reconnect again. That evening, I realized something important. Life can surprise us, even when we stop expecting it. For many years, I believed some moments would never happen again. But life sometimes brings people back together in unexpected ways. Standing there, I suddenly felt a quiet sense of peace because some connections never truly disappear, even after many years. Sometimes time simply waits for the right moment. And when that moment arrives, everything suddenly makes sense. That night felt like a new beginning for both of us. And I understood that it is never too late for life to change direction. That evening, I understood something simple. Life can change when we least expect it. For many years, my evenings were quiet and always the same. But that night, something felt different inside my heart. Sometimes life quietly brings unexpected moments back into our lives, and those moments can change everything. We stood there for a quiet moment. Neither of us knew what to say next. Sometimes silence says more than how many words. That evening felt very unusual after so many ordinary days. Life sometimes changes when we least expect it. And that day became a moment I will always remember. Because sometimes life quietly reminds us that important moments can appear when we least expect them.